Donald Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, and he does not care how he gets it. He views that as some kind of psychological salve for him, some kind of balm, some kind of global affirmation for him. He's also still super pissed that Barack Obama got one, which, let's be honest, I mean, when they gave one to Barack Obama, that was ridiculous. Uh, it just was. It was a silly thing for them to do. But because they did give one to Barack Obama, now Donald Trump has to have one. He keeps squawking about the 8 wars that he's ended since taking office. I don't know. If you want to have fun with Trump supporters, ask them which wars he's actually stopped. And you can just watch their brains glitch in real time. But so now we have this bullshit Ukraine peace plan, which was drafted by Russians for the benefit of Russia. It's a 28-point peace plan that is absurd. It is absurd and ridiculous on its face. It is absurd. It is a wish list of everything that Russia wants. And essentially, it's not a peace plan, it's a capitulation deal. It is a surrender deal for Ukraine. It is Ukraine surrendering. And so it's like Donald Trump wants to end this war. He wants to take credit for it because he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. He does not care what the terms of the deal are, just that there is a deal. He does not care that this is handing almost total victory to Russia and Vladimir Putin, having started an illegal war and unjustifiably invaded a sovereign nation. He does not care about that. He wants there to be a deal. If there is a deal, then he's going to be like, where's my prize? Where's my prize? Despite the fact that he's starting a war with Venezuela in everything but name, and he's deploying the United States military on U.S. soil against American civilians. Not very peace planning, you know? But Steve Bannon had a guest on this morning, former CIA advisor Jim Rickards, and I watched a little clip. And even they are acknowledging that Donald Trump's plan to end the war in Ukraine is to give Russia President Vladimir Putin everything he wants. This guy, Jim Rickards, said the following to Steve Bannon: the criticism of the plan is that it gives Putin almost everything he wants. Well, I have news for you. That's how we're going to end the war. That's the only way you're going to end the war. The Russians won, you know, with a lot of casualties and a lot of people. So why should the Russians concede anything? They shouldn't. First of all, a lot of people who are smarter than these two guys disagree with that assessment. At best, it's a stalemate right now because the Ukrainians keep fighting. But Bannon agreed and said the Russians have won the war. Rickards then went on to say, if you're the United States, you've got 2 choices: keep fighting and keep supporting the war, or agree to Putin's plan. Now, the criticism that, oh, you know, you're agreeing to Putin's plan, he's like, well, that's the only outcome here short of World War III. Ukraine lost, and then he added this. The brilliance of this 28-point plan is that it recognizes what I just described. So Russia drafted this. It does not contain brilliance. It contains surrender and concessions. It contains demands that Ukraine give up land which Russia doesn't even control right now. Ukraine still controls it. So who knows? But this is all, you know, Ukraine may be forced into this deal because of Donald Trump's ego, because he wants his prize. Imagine if Ukraine agrees to this and then Donald Trump doesn't get his Nobel Peace Prize because the Nobel people are like, You just rat fucked Ukraine. That's not a peace deal. You just got them to surrender. That's not ending a war. You just got them to surrender. You didn't end it on honorable terms. Russia didn't concede a single thing. That would be amusing.